Progreso is a port town in Yucatan. For us, it was basically the last beach stop before returning to Cancun. In this video, I'll show you around Progreso and tell you a few things that stood out. At first glimpse, there isn't anything too special about the town in particular. That is until you realize that it is surrounded by water from all sides. There are the lagoons inland that host a variety of wildlife, including crocodiles and flamingos. Then, there's the Gulf of Mexico and the extra wide sandy beach. What few people realize is that Progreso is located almost smack in the center of the Chicxulub crater. That crater is the result of a meteorite that hit the Earth right here about 66 million years ago. The impact was so strong that it changed the Earth forever. Many scientists believe that this impact led to the extinction of the dinosaurs. Today, life in all forms, including human, is thriving in Progreso. It has a year-round comfortable climate, especially if you like warm places by the beach. However, it does get very windy here, and we also had our share of rain. We're in a hotel room, thank goodness. It's called Intermaya. It was beautiful weather this morning, and now it's coming down like buckets. That's what happens when you're close to the ocean. There's no lack of water. There's a window here, so it's good ventilation. We have this alcohol stove, so we're heating up some water for the soup. The main attractions of the town most certainly are the beach and the malecón. We didn't go swimming quite as much as we first thought, but the boardwalk and the smaller piers were great places to visit. What you hear behind me now, it's just the water splashing because I'm under a bridge. That's the bridge that goes to the port, and I am on the wooden boardwalk, and I'm going to follow it for a bit to show you. Now it's really windy out there, so the sound is probably still way better here than out there, so that's the best I can do. When the wind isn't so strong, it's getting really warm really fast here, so the sunshine is quite intense. I think we're gonna go up on that pier. Let me turn this around so you can see. I particularly like sneaking up on the pelicans with my camera, but find it extremely hard to get good shots because those birds are so fast. One of the most interesting things about Progreso is how far away from the town the actual port is. There's a 6.5 kilometer long pier, the longest in the world, that connects the two. That pier is more like a highway, so Barbara and I didn't bother going to the port at all. But numerous tourists come to Progreso and other parts of Yucatan via the cruise ship terminal there. For me, the visit brought back memories from 12 years earlier, when I had visited Progreso for the first time. The town seemed to have changed quite a bit since 2010. At first, I had very little recollection of where I had even stayed. What was the name of the place and where was it located? Then I discovered it and knew instantly. The place looked like it had not seen any upgrades since 2010, but I only got to see the outside. So what you see behind me, there is a hotel. It's called Hotel Miramar. That brings back memories for me because 12 years ago was my first time in Progreso, and I remember it well, even though when I look back, I only stayed a day, but this is where I stayed. The place hasn't changed a whole lot, but it looks a whole lot more run down. Another place I wanted to revisit was this big yellow building that had been in great condition back in 2010. The reason I want to go here and a little bit that way is because there is a building there that I remember. I believe that's the one that was back then in a very good state of repair, but it seems like today it's like in a state of decay. So I don't know what's up with that. It's definitely a historic building, and you'll see it in a minute. So yeah, I'm at a loss at what might have happened to this building. 12 years is a long time. I remember taking pictures of this, and this part of town wasn't quite as abandoned then. But going ahead here, I see there's a kind of parking lot coming up, and I'm kind of wondering what is over there. Not exactly sure what happened here. A blue cow fell onto the ground and started to melt. With Progreso being an obvious tourism hub, Barbara and I found both things we really liked and some we didn't. There's some really nice places to eat and drink with outdoor patios and spontaneous live shows in close proximity. We even saw a classic car parade. But as is the case with most touristic places, food prices were quite expensive there for very small portions of mediocre stuff. To get decent Mexican food, it is best to look downtown. A good place is the market. You can find just about anything in and around the market. After having searched Google Maps for bike shops that would have a spare tire for my bike, in the end, it was near the market where I found that tire. Downtown also has the most budget-friendly hotels. We stayed at Hotel Intermaya. Normally, a room would have been 500 pesos for the night, but we were given the option of not using the air conditioning for a 100 peso discount. We did not need the AC. Of course, the rather basic hotel room had us eating out most of the time, but thanks to my homemade camping stove, we were able to prepare some of our own meals and even coffee. Overall, Progreso was quite a blast. There are probably as many foreign tourists in town as there are locals, but as long as you stay away from the really expensive places, you won't feel ripped off.
We're listening to raspy music that's so loud.
Progreso City Hall, Palacio Municipal. Their sound system is worse than my recording. Because I'm recording on a phone right now, so that combined, probably the worst video sound you ever heard.
Well, we're sitting in the sunlight in the park, and we could move down somewhere where there is actually not the grating sound of whatever this is supposed to be.
Alright, cheers.
Cheers.
Got the coffee from the OXXO again.
Yum.
We are already on day number 5 in Progreso. So tomorrow is time for us to move on. There are some more things to see that are not by the ocean. We have a lot of cenotes we're going to visit. That's going to be for another video coming up. Thanks for watching, and I would really like you to hit that like button right about now, and if you're so inclined, support me by subscribing to my channel. That'd be awesome. Thanks a lot.